War Thunder is one of the very few games that is in a constant state of disrepair. Update after update it gets worse, with additions that most of the player base doesn't even want. We're in a weird state where Gaijin is so disconnected from its player base that they cannot possibly understand any of the concerns that a lot of the active players raise. First of all, the entire update was extremely boring with very little added in terms of features and vehicles. Let me just look at a few. The Finnish sub tree to the Swedish tech tree is almost 100% copy-paste from other trees. But it doesn't end there. Sweden now gets access to the Leopard 2A6 and the T80U, which means it combines some of the best tanks from other nations into one. Next up, the 2S38. It got introduced as a premium for around 9,000 golden eagles. Not only is this SPA for some reason classed as a light tank, meaning it gets access to spotting and scout drones, but with it we got aircraft tracking for IFVs. The tracking itself works pretty fine on the 2S38. You can shred planes and helis left and right. It is basically better than the HSTVL, but at a lower battle rating. But if we take a look at the Puma IFV, we can see a totally different story. It also got aircraft tracking, but its programmable fuse ammo that is specifically made to kill aircraft does not work. The fuse doesn't get programmed with data from the tracking device, which means you need to pray for direct hits on fast-moving aircraft. Interesting how it needed a premium SPA for Gaijin to even consider the feature of aircraft tracking. Next up, the T2 Early. It is the exact same vehicle as the tech tree version, just with the early tech slapped on it. We could have gotten the T2 CCV, which is the T2 with canards, to make it unique, but Gaijin decided to go for the quick copy and paste cash grab. Oh, and have I mentioned audio? Directional audio gets worse and worse with every update, to the point where I actively avoid ground battles because dying at random to people you couldn't even hear is really painful. Another point is the absolute lack of content. Most of the newly introduced vehicles are copy and pasted, and even if we count those, most nations, except for Sweden, barely got anything, despite every nation needing a competitor to things like the F-14. Some people might say the MiG-29 is needed, but I'm not sure if this is the right way to go, because I'm pretty sure with how War Thunder is built around fighting in furballs, the MiG-29 would absolutely clap the early F-14. What do you think of the update? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep making content. Also, watch my other videos and join my Discord server, link is in description.